The Record Breakers. The biggest girl group not just in Asia, but across the entire world. 4 women, each raised in different cultures, destined to come together and create a global phenomenon unlike anything seen before.
All I wanted was people to see the potential in us.
다음 게 나올 땐
Blackpink didn't just enter the music industry, they rewrote the rules. From dominating YouTube with billions of views to topping charts across continents. From selling out stadiums worldwide to breaking the record for the highest grossing concert tour by a female group in history. But their impact goes far beyond music. Each member transformed into a cultural icon, leading global fashion houses, setting trends, and becoming ambassadors of style, power, and empowerment. So how did a group from South Korea rise to this level of dominance? And how did they become the voice and face of an entire generation? This is the story of Blackpink, the group that didn't just conquer music, they conquered the world. Even before their debut, there was immense curiosity surrounding Blackpink. They were the first girl group launched by YG Entertainment after 2NE1, and that worked like a double-edged sword. On one hand, they were expected to benefit from the fame and legacy of 2NE1. But on the other hand, they faced criticism, even hate, from 2NE1's loyal fans, who believed YG was pushing Blackpink as a replacement. YG himself once described them as a prettier version of 2NE1, a statement that only fueled disappointment among 2NE1 supporters. This meant that expectations for Blackpink were sky high from the very beginning. Every move they made was destined to be compared with their seniors. Finally, in August 2016, Blackpink made their long-awaited debut with the single album Square One, releasing 2 tracks, Boombaya and Whistle. Both songs became instant hits. Whistle climbed to the top of the Gaon digital chart in Korea, while Boombaya debuted at #1 on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales chart. This breakthrough was quickly followed by more iconic releases, Playing with Fire, As If It's Your Last. By the end of 2018, Blackpink had already cemented themselves as one of the most powerful forces in the music industry. Their collaborations with global stars like Dua Lipa, Selena Gomez, and Lady Gaga further expanded their influence, especially in the West. And in 2019, Blackpink made history as the first K-pop girl group to perform at Coachella, a milestone that signaled their undeniable global dominance. During the COVID-19 lockdown, Blackpink continued their global domination with smash hits like How You Like That and Ice Cream featuring Selena Gomez. Their solo projects further proved that their star power extended far beyond the group itself. Jennie's solo debut showcased that Blackpink wasn't just a collective phenomenon. Each member had the ability to shine on their own. Rosé's On the Ground entered the Billboard Hot 100, making her the first Korean female soloist to achieve that milestone. Lisa's La Lisa shattered records with 73 million views on YouTube in just 24 hours, while her B-side Money became a viral sensation worldwide, even charting in both the UK and the US. Jisoo's Flower, released in March 2023, topped iTunes charts in over 60 countries and quickly became one of the most streamed K-pop female solo tracks on Spotify. Then came Born Pink, Blackpink's highly anticipated album. Their Born Pink World Tour went on to become one of the highest-grossing tours in history by a female group, cementing their place at the top of the industry. Through all this success, Blackpink set the bar incredibly high, not just for other K-pop groups, but for themselves as well. By the time the Born Pink era came to an end and the members began focusing on their solo careers, the standards were already sky high. Now, every new project they release will always be measured against the monumental success of their past. But the real question is, how did Blackpink become so huge? They weren't the only K-pop girl group out there. So what exactly made them practically invincible? Let's dive into the factors that transformed Blackpink into a true global phenomenon. From the very beginning, Blackpink had a massive advantage. They debuted under YG Entertainment, the same powerhouse that produced giants like Big Bang and 2NE1. Even before their official debut, Rosé and Jennie had already featured in G-Dragon's music, sparking buzz and curiosity about these new trainees. So when Blackpink finally debuted and their songs became instant hits, there was no turning back. They quickly carved out their own identity, not just a prettier version of 2NE1, but something fresher, stronger, and completely unique. One remarkable thing about Blackpink was their consistency. Every release felt like a hit. None of their songs came across as weak or forgettable. They weren't afraid to experiment either. Moving from emotional tracks like Stay to bright pop anthems like As If It's Your Last to playful collabs like Ice Cream. And here's a fun truth. Not only their title tracks, but their B-sides were just as strong. Honestly, am I the only one who prefers their B tracks over their title songs? Because my personal favorite Blackpink track is actually one of their B-sides. Their clever use of English hooks, think Kill This Love or How You Like That, made their music instantly catchy to a worldwide audience, even for listeners who didn't understand Korean. Over time, English lyrics became a bigger part of their songs, which allowed Blackpink to connect with global fans on an even larger scale. Another key strength was their production quality. Their music videos looked more like Hollywood blockbusters than regular K-pop releases. And perhaps most importantly, Blackpink's sound was never limited to just K-pop. Their music seamlessly blended EDM, hip-hop, and pop, genres with universal appeal that made them stand out on the global stage. This wasn't accidental. YG Entertainment carefully crafted every comeback to feel like an event, not just a release. That's why, even though Blackpink has fewer songs compared to BTS or Twice, every track became a chart-dominating hit. Yes, YG faced criticism for giving Blackpink fewer releases, but this scarcity marketing actually worked in their favor. Instead of flooding fans with content, they focused on quality over quantity. YG's vision was clear from the start. They wanted to create a global girl group, not just a K-pop sensation. That's why they chose members who could speak fluent English, making them accessible to international fans. And even Jisoo, who doesn't speak much English, became an asset because whenever she tried, fans adored her for it, and her clips went viral. Some even believe YG intentionally never pushed her to fully master English because her broken attempts became part of her charm, not a weakness. Even their name, Blackpink, was carefully thought out. It represented two sides. Black equals bold, savage, and edgy. Pink, soft, elegant, and feminine. This duality in their branding attracted a diverse fan base. Girls admired their powerful, confident side, while boys were drawn to their graceful, feminine side. This broad appeal gave them a clear advantage over other groups. Another smart move YG made was keeping Blackpink a 4-member group. They didn't overcrowd it like many K-pop groups that often have 7 to 15 members. With just 4, each member had space to shine. Fans could quickly learn their personalities, visuals, and strengths, and easily choose their bias. Another factor that helped Blackpink connect with audiences was timing. K-pop was already expanding globally with groups like Big Bang, EXO, SHINee, and BTS. But in the girl group scene, there was a gap. 2NE1 had disbanded, Girls' Generation was inactive internationally, and fans were hungry for a new global girl group. YG Entertainment filled that gap with Blackpink, and they took advantage of this perfect timing. Their variety shows like Blackpink House and 24/365 with Blackpink made that connection even more personal. From the beginning, YG exposed them to the West. Blackpink was designed to have global appeal, and that's why all 4 members came from different cultural backgrounds. Each member had a unique role in their global domination. Jennie, fluent in Korean and English, grew up in New Zealand. She had the ultimate it girl aura, stylish, confident, and charismatic. She connected with fans who admired her independence, confidence, and luxury lifestyle. Lisa, from Thailand, the first non-Korean idol under YG, gave Blackpink massive reach in Southeast Asia. Her stage charisma made her the most viral member, dominating YouTube and TikTok trends. Lisa also became the most followed K-pop idol on Instagram. Rosé, born in New Zealand, raised in Australia, naturally brought Western fans closer. Her emotional voice and vulnerability gave her a unique connection with listeners. Her tone stood out in K-pop, making her instantly recognizable. Fans loved her genuine passion for music. Jisoo, the visual and actress of the group, strongly represented Korean culture. She embodied grace, calmness, and traditional K-beauty standards. Her approachable and grounded personality made her feel relatable, despite being a global superstar. This wasn't a coincidence. Their global backgrounds and distinct personalities gave Blackpink unmatched international appeal. Then came their Netflix documentary, Light Up the Sky. It gave fans an intimate look at their journey, their struggles, hard work, and vulnerability. That documentary played a major role in cementing their emotional bond with a global audience. But Blackpink didn't stop at music. With their growing influence, they also became fashion icons. Each member soon became the global face of luxury brands. Jennie for Chanel, Lisa for Celine and Bulgari, Rosé for YSL and Tiffany & Co. Jisoo for Dior. When you dominate both music and luxury fashion, you don't just reach fans, you influence entire industries. Soon, Blackpink was everywhere, especially at Paris Fashion Week, where they became some of the most talked about stars. It proved just how massively popular and influential they truly are. But sometimes, this also brought them criticism. People said they were focusing too much on brand deals and fashion instead of giving enough music. Some even argued that they were acting more like influencers than musicians. Yet, despite this criticism, Blackpink continued to grow bigger, gaining even more hype with every move they made. When they began their solo journeys outside of YG, it wasn't just fans who were curious. Even industry insiders wanted to see what these girls would bring to the table. How would they navigate their careers in the Western market? Could they secure a place for themselves without the constant push of a big Korean company? And when the solos began to drop, the world was amazed. They delivered brilliantly, proving their individual artistry. Rosé's APT even reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. A massive achievement. Because now, members of a K-pop group were dominating the global market on their own without the direct backing of a major Korean label. It showed just how powerful Blackpink truly is, not only as a group, but also as individuals, capable of navigating their own path to success. These 4 girls who once took the world by storm together are now carving their own legacies as solo artists. And that is the story of Blackpink, the biggest girl group in the world.